Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Ashmere and we talk about makeup, skincare, hair care, body care, basically anything beauty related and then some, whatever strikes my fancy. I know it's been a minute since my last video. Life has just been kind of crazy, work's been insane, and I had mentioned before that I was finding it difficult to find inspiration within makeup that's come out recently, and so I'm kind of rediscovering my own collection. So in kind of on trend with that, I'm gonna today do a quick get ready with me and talk about some products that I have recently fallen back in love with from my collection. There may be a couple of new things in there, which is exciting. Is something that I happened upon. So yeah, let's dive in. Along with by like makeup in general, and we'll chat. We'll also do some life updates as per usual. But I wanted to talk about this first product because I've already applied it and it's lovely and it's become a very quick favorite. So this is the Coola Organic Do Good Illuminating Serum. It is an SPF, SPF 30. Duh, right in front of me. But this is lovely. I received this from a friend, not a BoxyCharm. So a friend sent this on to me, and so I started using it as my daytime moisturizer. And it's got this really beautiful pearl finish to it. And I'm not typically a fan of chemical sunscreens because they do irritate my eyes. So I do use this predominantly in a cheek area, right in here, and maybe a little bit up on the forehead. But I make a very large conscious effort to avoid this area because it will irritate me if I go to the gym and sweat and like it drips into my eyes or anything like that. Sorry if you hear it, my windows are open because the weather is lovely. So sometimes, like, you hear the gate to my community open and it's crazy loud. But, so anyway, this has been lovely. It smells nice. There is that very light sunscreen chemically scent to it, but it's not overpowering. And it does leave the skin just looking really, really glowy without looking shiny or shimmery. So it's a really beautiful finish to this, and I'm very much enjoying this, so I wanted to mention it. It is not summer now, so I haven't really been outdoors and tested it as far as like an actual sunscreen, but I've used Coola sunscreens many a times in the past. Everybody knows they're kind of tried and true, so I'm sure it's fantastic in that sense. I'm going to dive into foundation and talk about something I'm loving, but let's talk real quick about the elephant in the room and the fact that my brows are on my face. So one thing that happened in the last couple of months is I had my brows microbladed. Guys, hands down, the best decision I have ever made in my life. I wake up like this every morning. My lady did an amazing job. I am obsessed with them every single day. I'm about, I want to say I'm maybe 4 weeks out, maybe 6 weeks out. I'm totally blanking on when the exact date, but essentially I'm fully healed, and, but they'll keep kind of wearing and kind of, lightening a little bit for the next few months. I should be hitting at about the 2-month mark. You hit like what they're gonna look like forever, or for the next 2 years. And at about the 6-month mark, the woman who did my brows, who is phenomenal. If you're in Dallas area, you need to find Tina in Highland Village. She's amazing. But she likes to do a 6-month check-in and see if maybe there's some filling in that you'd like done. I'm kind of really pleased with how they are now because they look so natural when I have no makeup on. They just are incredibly natural, and then when I want to accentuate them or actually, you know, make them look more made up, I can, but I'm loving the fact that they look this natural with no makeup on, and I actually look like I have hair. Guys, I'm so excited. So that's the newest, that's the latest and greatest thing to happen. And it's funny, like right after I had it done, I loved it so much, and I was gonna film a video, this video actually, and I still had, you know, the healing, the scabbing happening in my brow. I'm like, maybe I'll wait until I no longer have any scabbing, because it wasn't crazy obvious in person, but I feel like if I had gotten close up to y'all in video, you would have been like, what is wrong with your brow? And also, for a couple of weeks when I first got it done, I was making sure not to get makeup anywhere close to my brows themselves. I didn't want to accidentally pull the scab and then pull the ink with it. So they healed beautifully, very, very quickly. I'm still treating, like, I still wake up every morning and I'm like, there's brows on my face. This is amazing. I wash my face and I'm like, this is what people feel like when they actually have hair. And I've just never had a lot of hair on my brows. So I'm so, best decision I ever made. So excited about it. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this foundation today. This is the Clinique Superbalanced Makeup Tint. This is the, what am I? 05 Vanilla or CN70 Vanilla. I know they changed. This one has both numbers on the bottom, because I know Clinique was going through a phase where they changed their naming convention. I will say this, I'm very pleased with Clinique. When they did change their naming convention, they made it a point to include both names on their labels in the transition period, which was lovely. This foundation I picked up, I know I picked it up at Ulta. I think I picked it up on clearance because the store I was shopping at was no longer carrying like a full Clinique boutique. Like they went to like a baby boutique inside that Ulta. So they were getting rid of a bunch of foundations and things that were no longer going to have space on the gondola. And this was the best. I think I bought this for like $4. And it took me a while to trial it out, and I think every time I come back to it, I fall in love with it. And I feel if this was not a feature on a previous fell in love with my current stash video, I think you guys might see it over and over again because it's amazing. My one complaint is that it's still an old school like bottle where I have to flip it upside down to get the product out. And that's annoying. This gets dirty. The lid gets dirty. No matter how clean I try to keep it, like it's always messy. And of course, that means that eventually I'm going to get down to the bottom and I'm going to be doing one of these things. But for now, it's doing great. I love Clinique foundations. I think it's something that they do really, really well. And, yeah, if you haven't tried the Superbalanced, highly, highly recommend it. It makes the skin look like your skin, but better. It literally just looks like a nice, natural finish on the skin. I'm looking at myself in like multiple mirrors, and it's like, it just looks like my skin, but I'm just a nice even tone now, and I love it. So... look it, I'm doing my brows. I haven't played, I will say this, I haven't played a ton with brow gels. Again, because I don't have a lot of natural hair on my brows, I'm afraid that brow gels won't work very well. I'm not looking to fill these in a lot today. I'm going to leave them just kind of like this because it's a Sunday and I'm kind of not doing a ton, so I don't want to do a full-on glam look. This next palette, though, that I want to talk about, that got really loud. This next palette that I want to talk about, I got in my BoxyCharm last, I think it was in September's BoxyCharm. And this is from Ofra Cosmetics, and this is the Symphony palette. Guys, when I tell you, this has been my favorite palette. I am upset. I've been using this every single day for like the last 2 weeks, maybe. I think I took a break right at Halloween when I dressed up in my costume, and this wasn't the palette for my costume. But other than that, I've been obsessed. The formula of these shadows is delicious. They are the perfect formulation. They're powdery, but they blend super well together. The very subtle shifts in purples is just absolutely beautiful. And there's a lot to do in here, so you can do like a very natural look. You can do, I've very much used this shade as my favorite. Let me show you what this looks like. So this is one of those shades that kind of, the way the light hits it, the color just kind of, you know, pops a little differently. I'm obsessed with that color all over the lid, and then just an eyeliner and nothing else. And yeah, it's just beautiful. So today I'm gonna use all 5 shades today just to show you what I love. So I'm gonna start with this second color in, which is, they actually have names. This is Tempo, and it's just a really beautiful nude, and I use it just as a base all over my lid. But I have not fallen in love with an eyeshadow palette like I have with this one in a very, very long time. I'm curious to try out some more Ofra palettes. I have a couple of Ofra face palettes, and I have a couple of other eyeshadow palettes from them. But these 5-pan are superior in quality for sure than any of the other palettes I've tried. So I highly recommend checking out the 5-pan palette as opposed to their others. I'm going to go in with this darkest purple. This is the shade, they're backwards, right? I guess it's Godiva. I can't tell if I'm supposed to read them left to right or whatever. I'm going to guess this is Godiva, which means the other one wasn't Tempo, it was actually Charm. And I'm just going to go in with that darkest purple in the outside corner. Just a little bit of a crease action, nothing too crazy. The beauty of these is, I bet you anything that if I laid down an eyeshadow primer or like a cream, like a white cream shadow before, I could probably get these purples to pop even more. I don't feel like I need to. I love the finish that I get from them. So I will say I've been using my Switch palette a lot lately because I've been very lazy as far as cleaning my brushes, and they need to be cleaned. So my Switch palette has been getting a workout. Now I'm going in with the second purple in, which is this is Tempo. And this, I just like to pick up some of that purple on the outside corner of the eye, blend it into the dark, and just blend a little bit into my crease just to give it more purple. I'm just building up, and I'm just tapping it in. And then I'm going to take the beautiful color shift color that is Sublime, very apropos. And I'm going to take Sublime all over the center of my lid, butt it up against that purple. Again, so it kind of gradiates from darkest to lighter, but then that color shift is really what brings the magic to this eye, because suddenly, like, there are flecks of gold in there that you didn't notice before, and it just brightens my eye, the inside of my eye, which is really, it's just a beautiful effect. I'm obsessed. And now to go with the center color, which is Blissful, I'm taking just a really light little feather brush, and I'm just going to do that on the inner crease, or inner corner, sorry. And just the very lightest, just to brighten. Obsessed with this look. So I'm just going to blend out whatever. Let's take a blending brush and blend right across so there's no harsh lines. And this has literally been my favorite makeup look for the last, I kid you not, at least 2 weeks, probably longer. But highly recommend checking those out. I did start looking at other colors. I forget how many 5-pan palettes they have. They are, I want to say they're $38. I should have, I'm never good about doing my homework right before I film. I like look these up and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. And then I don't make sure I have notes or anything handy. But I'm pretty sure they're $38. Which means I got it in my BoxyCharm, which was $30. And so it's basically like I bought the palette and got everything else in that BoxyCharm for free. And you guys know, like, that's such a girl math statement. Oh, God. It's like when I get my BoxyCharm, if there's at least one item in there that I'm like, I know for sure I would have bought that myself, personally. No qualms about it. Like, to me, that makes the box super worth it. And this palette makes my box super worth it. I am just doing my liner. This is the good old H2O proof eyeliner pen from e.l.f. I have been doing this thing. Like, this pen isn't new. There's nothing. This isn't a feature. It's just the one I happen to be using right now. But I will say I have been doing this line on my eyes that I'm kind of obsessed with. So I start doing a traditional cat eye, and then I kind of make it like a wave, and I just come into the center of my eye and stop. I don't come in any further. I guess it's like a graphic liner, but not really, because it's not like I'm doing anything super avant-garde with it. I'm just kind of tapering it off. Instead of coming all the way to the inside of my eye, I'm tapering it off in the middle. And I would always do this style on somebody with like a hooded eye or closed eye, like a smaller eye. When I was a makeup artist, really just kind of line their outside of their eye and kind of taper it and smudge it. And I started doing this with myself with a liquid, and I'm kind of obsessed with what it does to the shape of my eye. So that's like my one tip. This one came in a bit bigger than as per usual. Why don't they ever match? What's wrong with our eyeliners? Anyway, this mascara I've spoken about before, and I'm still in love with it. I just ordered a new one. This is the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. I bought this mini, I don't even know how many months ago. It is certainly due for a replacement, which is why I just bought a new one. But this mascara is still kicking. It's still working so well. Look at that. Look at how beautifully that does my, like, I know it's not dramatic, okay? But that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for an everyday, just, you can actually see my lashes look. And I love the tubes because when I go work out, it doesn't get all over my face. I don't have to worry about mascara raccoon eyes. I can wear them all day, and even if I get tired and I have to throw my glasses, or I maybe scratch my eyes if I'm having an allergy attack or something, the fibers stay, and I don't worry about getting it underneath. I already have a dark under eye naturally that I don't do anything about. So not having to worry about that with my mascara is really nice. This product is another product I have recently fallen back in love with. I honestly forgot I had this, pulled it out, and then I went, oh, why don't I use this? So this is from Kiko Milano, and this is the Lost in Amalfi Baked Blush in Amaranth Hills. check this beautiful thing out. It is a baked blush, but I love this shade. I had forgotten this. I went through a phase where I bought a bunch of Kiko Milano stuff to test them out on their website. Plus, they always have really great deals. Their stuff is, if you've never shopped Kiko Milano cosmetics, it's worth going to their website and checking things out. They always have stuff really inexpensive. They drop sales all the time. They do buy one, get ones. So I went through a phase where I was like, well, let's try them and let me try a bunch of their stuff. And this blush is the one thing I know for sure I still have. I can't remember if I even have anything else. And it's just amazing every time I pull it out. I had forgotten I had it. And when I pulled it out and used it, I'm like, oh, how did I forget this? It's beautiful. For lips, this is, I've talked about this a million times before. I will talk your ear off about it more. This is the NYX. NYX lip? No, it's got a different name. Hold up. No, it is. Oh, the Shine Loud. The NYX Shine Loud. So it's the liquid lip stain on one side with the gloss on the other. This is, I think, in my personal opinion, this is the best NYX lip formula out there. This color specifically is, I don't know where the label is. It's number 16. I don't know what the name, oh, Goal Getter. It's my favorite. But I pulled this out the other day too. And I was like, because I wanted a berry color to kind of tie in the rest of the look. And I was like, I don't want it to be too pink. I don't want it to be too red. I don't want it to be dark. Pulled this out and I put it on and immediately went, gosh, I don't use that enough. And then, I kid you not, by the end of the day, like, we're talking, you know, I went to lunch, I had dinner, I had a beer, like, I had a cup of coffee, like, I just had all of the drinking and all of the fooding, and this was still on my lips, and my sister-in-law was like, what is that? It's amazing, and it looks like you just put it on, like, 5 minutes ago, and this was 10 o'clock at night. So, I love these. I highly, highly recommend them. I have quite a few colors. This is, like I said, this is my absolute favorite color, but they do make a red that I think is a must-have for the holidays, and a few other shades that are just, they're just wonderful. So, and I mean, they just have a ton of shades. So go find one that you love because it's worth it. They're, I think they're about $10 at Ulta. So absolutely worth having. This is the, one of the many I'm just trying to work through. The Stay All Day Micro Setting Mist from e.l.f. It's wonderful. I did finish, if you were around if you watched my last video, you know that I was using the Lancome Set It and Forget It, I think was what it was called. It was trash. Don't get it. Not worth it. Not for the sprayer, not for the money, nothing. Just don't get it. Stay All Day from the e.l.f. This is what, $10 versus like 40. So worth there. I wanted to do some honorable mentions of amazing products that I absolutely love, but also knowing that we're coming into holiday, if you're looking for a gift for somebody who kind of has everything, or maybe you don't know them so well, this is a great one. So this, I got really excited because I just found this at Walmart. This is the Nutrius. It's the Brazilian body butter. This is a dupe for Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. And the smell is so close to the original. I mean, the scent is phenomenal. You can tell, like, I love this. This is almost empty. I wear this every day after the shower. I want them to come out with a dupe for the blue lidded one from Sol de Janeiro, which is that's actually my favorite scent. But I found this at Walmart. I think it was $14 in comparison to the $52 jar of Sol de Janeiro. I mean, this works exactly the same. My skin loves it. It's super moisturizing. It's very soft on the skin. It's lovely. So highly recommend. So if you've got a friend who either like has mentioned they want to try the Sol de Janeiro, or just like you want to gift it to somebody who you know would appreciate a good dupe, because let me tell you something, some of us like makeup junkies, we appreciate a good dupe sometimes better than the original. Actually, I would say most times I appreciate a dupe better than the original. So if you find an amazing dupe and you gift it to me, I'm gonna be like, did we just become best friends? So yeah, highly recommend this guy. The other thing I want to talk about is a great gift for holidays. If you know somebody who's into fragrances, which I'm a fragrance wardrober. I do believe in having different fragrances for different occasions, as well as different seasons of the year. We're currently in my absolute favorite season ever, which is fall, where there's like a nip in the air. It's a good time to wear a sweater or boots. Not today in Texas because it's almost 80 degrees, but most of the time, at least in the morning, I have to break out a jacket. It's amazing. It's also my favorite scent season because scents wear differently when you're not hot and sweaty and disgusting in the middle of summer. They just wear so differently with your chemicals in the winter and in the fall. So this is a Dossier fragrance. This is Woody Chestnut, which is their version of Maison Margiela's replica By the Fireplace, which is my absolute favorite fragrance ever, but at $125, and I think they just increased their prices, so I think they're $132, maybe $140 for a 1.7 ounce, or maybe it's a 3.4. I can get this from Dossier, which smells exactly the same. I kid you not, I wore them side by side and I was like, what the F? Their voodoo magic awesomeness is to die for. So I bought this from Dossier for $29. I have to obviously rebuy it. I love it that much. And I currently have in my cart from Dossier at least 5 or 6 other fragrances that I definitely want to buy. And some of them are ones that I love the originals so much, but I just will not buy them. So a few Tom Ford fragrances, they have Fucking Fabulous, and they have Absolute Cherry, or cherry, whatever the cherry one is. Both, in my opinion, 2 of my personal favorites. They just smell really good with my chemistry. And they have them for $39, like $59 a piece for a bottle this size, which is a million times better than the $150 versions from Tom Ford. So I haven't smelled those, but I'm so excited to buy them. Even if they are a good like dupe for them, even if they're not a perfect dupe, it'll still be worth the price. They have dupes of everything, and I know that Dossier started doing their own original scents now. I'm very curious what those are like, because they do such a good job with their inspired by fragrances. They're just worth every penny. So if you've never tried Dossier, I buy them one-offs because I don't buy fragrance every month or every 3 months. I buy fragrance maybe once every year or every other year. So I didn't want to commit to having their membership. But if you know somebody who loves fragrances and might want to get might appreciate having a membership or something, paying for a membership for somebody is always a lovely gift, by the way. I keep trying to get my stepmom to hook me up with like a wine membership. She's got this winery she loves, and she gets wine delivered, boxes of wine, and I'm like, your daughter-ish could really use a wine subscription. I'm not selling it too well. But yeah, I think subscriptions are one of those gifts that are amazing for people, especially if you're not 100% sure what they like. Even if you just get them started, buy the first one or first 2 subscriptions for them, then they have the option to opt out and cancel the subscription, but you just got them like an amazing gift and you got them started on something that they might love for the rest of their lives. So that's it. I'm out. I'm done for the day. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you liked this video and you found some of the tips and some of the products interesting and exciting. And if you did, please like and subscribe down below. Share with a friend. I really appreciate it. By the way, Olive in June, well, not this one because that one broke, but the rest of the Olive in June nails, we talked about this last time. I kid you guys not. I'm on their boat. I'm on the train. I'm Olive in Juning. They're amazing. The glue is something special. So stay tuned. We'll have more conversations about them. Y'all have an amazing day, and I hope I see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.